So coming to the fourth one, that is parasitic capacitance Cx. It is proportional to Ax by d. Now what is Ax means? It's the area of a depletion region around source and drain. So how do we represent this area? Again in terms of length and width, isn't it? So length and width both are scaled by factors of 1 by alpha and 1 by alpha. So totally the area of a depletion region is scaled by 1 by alpha square factor. Now coming to this d. So this d indicates it's a depletion width around the source and drain. So it is scaled by a factor of 1 by alpha here. Now if I substitute these two values in this Cx, then I'll be getting this 1 by alpha square divided by 1 by alpha. So if I do some simplification, then finally I'll be getting 1 by alpha. So parasitic capacitance will be scaled by this 1 by alpha factor. Now the next one is carrier density in channel, that is nothing but Q on. So here this carrier density is represented by CO into VGS. So VGS is nothing but what? Supply voltage. So VGS is scaled by a factor of 1 by beta. Why? Because it is a supply, right? So CO indicates it's a gate capacitance per unit area. Already we had scaled a factor. So what is the scaling factor for this CO? That is beta, right? So if I substitute these two values in this Q1 equation, I'll be getting 1. Now the next one is channel resistance R on. So here it is represented by this equation. So here we have formula like L by W into 1 by Q1 into mu. So again see here, mu indicates the mobility of a carrier, right? So here it represents some constant value. So this can be neglected here. So what will I do? I'll substitute the scaling factors for length and width, that is 1 by alpha and 1 by alpha. Q1 is scaled by a factor of 1, right? So here I have substituted that. So finally I'll be getting 1 here. Now the next one is maximum operating frequency F0. So here this F0 can be represented by two formulae. So here we have two formulae. The first one is this and the second one is this. That is F0 is proportional to, that is inversely proportional to TD. So what is this TD? Gate delay, right? So this gate delay can be reduced, or this can be scaled by a factor of beta by alpha square, isn't it? So in the previous slide, when you go and check, you will come to know this, how it has come. So here the maximum operating frequency can be scaled by a factor of alpha square by beta. Now if you do some calculation after substituting some scaling factors here in this first formula of F0, then also you will get the same scaling factor. You just try that, that is alpha square by beta. Now coming to the saturation current, which is represented as IDSS. So here it is represented by this formula, that is C0 mu by 2 W by L VGS minus VT square. Here this mu, mobility of a carrier, and this 2 both are a constant values, so you have to neglect them. So other than that, CO, the CO can be represented, or it can be scaled by a factor of beta, and width 1 by alpha, L, that is length, it is also 1 by alpha. So since I am taking at the numerator side, it will be alpha by 1, right? So see here, VGS and VT both are the supply voltages, right? So here VGS is scaled by factor of 1 by beta, VT is scaled by factor of 1 by beta. So here 1 by beta and 1 by beta I will be taking directly as 1 by beta square. So why do I take like this? Because there are no division and there are no addition and no subtraction in this scaling factors, remember that. So simply I will be taking a product here. So here I am not doing any subtraction operation, no. The same thing, two supply voltages are there, so simply the product of those two supply voltages I need to take here. Remember, this is the main important thing here. So when do I simplify this? equation, then I'll be getting 1 by beta as the scaling factor for saturation current IDSS. Now coming to the next one, that is current density J. So here it is represented by IDSS divided by A. So the saturation current divided by area. So we do represent area in terms of length and width. So both of these length and width are scaled by factors of 1 by alpha and 1 by alpha. So what about IDSS? It is scaled by factor of 1 by beta, right? So when do I simplify this? Then I'll be getting alpha square by beta. So current density is scaled by factor of alpha square by beta. Now coming to the next one, that is switching energy per gate. So here I can represent this form. The formula for this EG is CG by 2 into VDD square. So already we know what is CG, the gate capacitance, right? So this is scaled by a factor of beta. So 2 is a constant value here, so you have to neglect this, right? So here the CG is scaled by a factor of beta by alpha square, and VDD is a supply voltage. So supply voltage can be scaled by a factor of 1 by beta. So since I have square here, so I have substituted here 1 by beta square. So if I simplify this, I'll be getting 1 by alpha square into beta. So this is the scaling factor for this switching energy per gate. Now the next thing is power dissipation per gate, that is PG. So usually we represent power dissipation in terms of two power dissipations, that is static power dissipation and dynamic power dissipation. So PGS is static power dissipation, PGD is dynamic power dissipation, right? So here we have some separate equation for them, that is for static and power dynamic power dissipation. So for static we have VDD square by R on, and for dynamic power dissipation we have EG into F naught. So if I substitute the values for this, then if I do the addition in between these factors, then I'll be getting my final scaling factor for power dissipation per gate, right? So here VDD is a supply, that is square. So simply I'll represent this in terms of scaling factor, that is 1 by beta square, isn't it? So R on is scaled by factor 1, so neglect that. Now plus, why? Because here I have plus here. So coming to this PGD, so it is multiplied by EG into F naught. So EG is scaled by a factor of 1 by alpha square beta, right? What about F naught? F naught is scaled by a factor of alpha square by beta. So if I do the simplification, here I'll be getting 1 by beta square plus 1 by beta square. Again, as I had told you, there is no addition and subtraction operation between these scaling factors. So simply I need to take 1 by beta square as a scaling factor for power dissipation per gate. Now coming to the last two factors, the power dissipation per unit area. So here it is represented by PG by AG. PG is a power dissipation per gate and AG is a gate area. Again the area of a gate is represented in terms of length and width. So the length and width are having a scaling factors of 1 by alpha and 1 by alpha. So PG is scaled by factor of 1 by beta square. So if I do the simplification, I'll be getting alpha square by beta square. So this is the scaling factor for power dissipation per unit area. And the last one here we have is power speed product PT. So it is represented by PG into TD. So PG is a power dissipation per gate and TD is a gate delay. So already we have calculated the scaling factors for these two. Just substitute the values. So PG will be scaled by a factor of 1 by beta square. TD is scaled by a factor of beta by alpha square. So if I do the simplification, finally I'll be getting 1 by alpha square into beta. So this is the scaling factor for this power speed product PT.